disappointment for him too.
Trofimov.
Is it Trofimov? Yes, much was expected of him, and he was targeted and flagged by the team as a potential. And another one of the Androni-Giocattoli riders has hit the deck. Well, they've pretty much all been well, several of them at least have been down today. Diego Rosa it is, one of the two Venezuelans on the Androni-Giocattoli Venezuela squad. Italian actually. Getting excited, so too is Adam Hansen. Oh, he's blowing hard. And now he's got, this hill is asking him lots of big questions.
Almost there, 7.4 kilometres is the summit of this climb, so he is very close to getting there, and I think he's working quite well. We can see he's spinning the gear, and that's what you've got to do, just ride within yourself, not to go overboard and go into the red, as they say, because he has to make the descent, and you have to be not in the too much difficulty on the climb, otherwise in the descent you have difficulty. And we have this 4 kilometres final as well, which is pretty much flat, so you have to make that calculation, save a little bit there and not blow everything on the climb.
Great pro Adam Hansen. He's been around a while now. He knows exactly how to measure his effort to get him all the way to the top of this hill, and indeed over the other side and down towards the finish in Pescara. Can he take victory? Can he hang on? It's looking increasingly likely that he has what it takes behind. There's all sorts of activity as Hansen goes under the banner to mark the top of the final classified hill, the final hill of this stage, this 7th stage, and it's Adam Hansen that takes the climbing points once more. So that's 5 and 3 for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I believe he's got 12 points for the mountains competition. That would put him ahead of Stefano Perazzi. And here we've got Sella, of course, who's going to score good points. Yep, so Sella too is going to be right in contention. And Sella has taken 3 and 2 is 5 and 3 is 8 and 5 is 13. So he's just 1 point behind. So Visconti, it looks, could well just about hang on to his mountains classification jersey into the time trial for another couple of days at least. But it's going to be a very close run thing, and these are very much provisional and unofficial results. I'm just adding it up, and my maths is not the most reliable, it has to be said. Look at rider Hejadal as Vinny Fantini still believe it's possible.
Bradley Wiggins here in this group.
Yeah, Wiggins. Is this a concern for Bradley Wiggins, as we see Paolini too, a reasonably decent sized group. Rider Hejadal there, Robert Hessink for the Blanco team, 122 behind and counting as they head across the top of this final classified climb. Riders from Radio Shack really struggling to stay involved. Colombia, a couple of Colombia riders, 3 of them in this group. And Paolini fighting hard to hang on to that Maglia Rosa for one more day. Can he hang on? It's looking increasingly likely, but he's last man in this group. He's got one teammate for company.
That is the Wiggins group.
And that's the Wiggins group. Hansen out front, Bradley Wiggins looking unconcerned at the moment. Well, he just has that style though, doesn't he? It's such a smooth, almost effortless style on the bike, but you can be sure that there's a lot of effort going into it. And Rigoberto Urán and Sergio Hena, the 2 Colombians, looking after him. Adam Hansen now into the descent, tiptoeing away. He knows he's got
50 seconds in advantage of Sella roughly, and we could see the other favourites there. They were roughly at 2 minutes at the moment, so it looks like that Hansen stage victory should be for him if he gets down to descent safely, which he is doing very well. It looks like stage victory for Adam Hansen, but big difference in the general classification. A lot of groups here, and they're scattered all over this final climb.
Yeah, it's definitely going to shake up GC a little bit, and it's going to get another shake tomorrow. We got a quick sight of Emanuele Sella running in second place on the road on the stage, about 50 seconds down, and he's got it wrong. Is this Sella? I think it is. Emanuele Sella, second time today he's been on the floor, and he's about to be mopped up by the group, the leading group, or the second group on the road, as Hansen leads up front, and the riders, there's big gaps between them. Let's get another shot of this, and Sella just pushing too hard. Oh, and frustration. The only thing you will say about this is that there's so little group on the roads that the riders will slide a bit, and there isn't quite the same amount of road rash, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
No, but Sella seems to be sliding out very, very easily there. And, there's a lot of the other riders getting around there, and Hansen is going down at the same rate. I don't know, is it his tyres or is he just panicking in the corner? And if you panic and you go too heavy on the brakes.
Riders down once more, and they're falling like nine pins at the moment. Bradley Wiggins is down once more, and this, well, he has been looking perhaps a little bit nervous, and he hasn't been enjoying this stage, you can be sure about it, and a little bit slow to get going here. He's well outside the 3 kilometre point, to remember, so he needs to try and get back on terms with the overall contenders. And it was Bradley Wiggins that was first to go down there, one of the Katusha riders involved, and Wiggins back in the saddle and back going, but
and not good for the confidence when you fall like that, and you still have a number of kilometres to get down the descent. Well, you get scared, and then you do not descend well, and you just lose time from there on.
A team car comes up beside him, and he gives a little nod as if to say, don't need any attention right now. And he really, those roads really are treacherous. It's very, very we can't say it enough. Adam Hansen seems to have negotiated the worst of it. He's hit the flat section at the bottom of the hill, so Adam Hansen is racing towards glory. Haven't got an update on his time advantage in the last few kilometres. Presumably it's shrinking, but by the same token he's managed to survive that difficult moment. Bradley Wiggins, by contrast, has dropped behind some of the leading contenders. I assume one of them was Vincenzo Nibali. I presume Ryder Hagedal was running ahead of him as well.
Yes, I think all the favourites are pretty much up there. Cat 11s I haven't seen, but I have seen the Nibali, we've seen Hagedal, we have seen Scarponi, so most of the favourites pretty much up there at the moment, as we can see here, this group. Scarponi up there, De Luca there, but riders everywhere, as we can see. They're just 1s and 2s, but Bradley Wiggins, he's really tiptoeing down here. He's lost all his confidence, and he's just not getting around the corners at all, because riders are just coming by him all the time.
Yeah, I think he's really not enjoying it. Is it lack of grip? Another rider goes down, and that's an indication that maybe Bradley Wiggins is doing the right thing, because he just wants to get to the end of this. Maybe he's thinking, look, I'm going to take minutes out of these guys in the time trial. I really do believe in my ability in the mountains as well, and this is just about damage limitation and making sure that I don't get injured. Simone Stottoni for the Lampre squad out front. Scarponi's in there as well. We see
Cat 11's in there.
Yeah, that must be Cat 11's in the red of BMC, as the camera, not surprisingly, heads back to see Bradley Wiggins. It's been a very difficult first week for Wiggins, losing 17 seconds on stage 3, or was it 4? And other little difficulties along the way. We saw yesterday getting caught behind a crash on his way back after a mechanical and having a chase that he didn't really want. So this was just a week to be got through for Bradley Wiggins, and he'll look to try and now he's finally been joined by a couple of teammates. So the two Colombians, Ena and Urtasun, have dropped back and picked him up, so you can forget about all your conspiracy theories. The two Colombians absolutely delighted to try and help their team leader, who's going through all sorts of horrors here.
Bradley Wiggins seemed to have a lot of pain in his elbow, on his right elbow there. He seemed to be not comfortable with that on the braking as well, and of course that's the way he slided down on his right on his right elbow, and he did slide down on his right side. Looks to be in pain a bit there at the moment.
So is Bradley Wiggins injured, and will this have implications for him for the rest of this race? Sitting on the wheel of his two teammates up front within the last couple of kilometres, Adam Hansen steals a little look across, doesn't want to believe yet. That's the smile that says it's going to happen for you, Adam. It's been an absolutely stunning ride in the break since the 30th kilometre, so out there for more than 150 kilometres today for Adam Hansen, and he's racing towards glory in the Giro d'Italia stage 7. surprised us all really by the way that he was able to get rid of Emanuele Sella's Lampre attempt to control things and chase down on Adam Hansen. And as much as anything, I think they're actually trying to make sure that they put some time between themselves and Bradley Wiggins behind. That's the main concern. Luca Paolini's in there, and Luca Paolini is going to retain his leader's jersey, as Bradley Wiggins is even struggling to stay with his teammates. But now he negotiated the worst of it. He's hit this flat section of road within the last couple of kilometres. So Adam Hansen heading towards victory. It's been a wonderful day. Well, definitely the biggest victory of his career, and it's absolutely pelting down in the finish at Pescara, but he doesn't feel the rain right now. He's done the hard work, and now he can enjoy the moment. No sign of a group behind. He has a little look. All he's going to see is cars, but he'll be kept up to date of the fact that he's clear and racing towards glory on stage 7 of Giro d'Italia. Thumbs up to the car behind for all the support that they've given him. It's been an absolutely copybook ride. A couple of his breakaway companions were on the floor, but he managed to ride steadily, ride strongly all day, raced clear of Emanuele Sella with a couple of climbs to go, and now he can freewheel to glory in stage 7 of Giro d'Italia. Steals another little look behind and can hardly believe it. 31 years of age, Adam Hansen takes victory in stage 7 of Giro d'Italia, and this by some considerable margin the best win of his career. Two fingers in the air. Hansen wins for Australia, for Lotto-Belisol, and most of all for himself. 4.5 hours in the saddle, a tough day. He won't be too much worried about the gap that he's got to the riders behind. It's Kruijswijk and Hessink that there's three blancos in there piling on the pressure to try and make most of it, and presumably they're trying to put as much daylight as they can. There's not a whole lot of daylight in Pescara today, but you know what I mean. Try and put as much distance as they possibly can between themselves and Wiggins behind. Luca Paolini sits in the back of the group.
Don't see Nibali in there, so he's another one simply missing of the big favourites. We can see
Cadel Evans is certainly in there. Hejadal is there, and that's the important thing. Vacansele going for the bonus seconds on offer as well. Bardiani, Valvoli, which one of their riders has managed to get in there? Is it Battaglin again?
Yes, Battaglin.
Looks like Battaglin, who we saw taking stage honours a few days ago, and you would expect him to mop up this sprint, and with it the bonus seconds. So none of the leading GC contenders are going to be able to get into the top 3 positions, but they'll be delighted to have survived a very, very tough day in the saddle.